Hello Yoshi,
Hi, Karishma.
how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you, Yoshi. Yoshi, I can see that some attendees are still joining us. So we are going to wait for a few more seconds so that we can have all of them here with us.
Sounds good.
Well, I believe it's good to go now. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Yukon University and Amscare Media, I would like to welcome you all to the MSM Agent E-Summit live series for 2020. I'm Karishma Chaudhary, Manager Canada at Amscare Media. Choosing the right institution in Canada is a big decision, an important investment in students' future. Yukon University has been providing high quality programs to Canadian and international students since 1980 with the motto Together We Thrive. The institution traces its origins to the Whitehorse Vocational and Technical Training Center established in 1963, later renamed as Yukon Vocational and Training Center in 1965. The institution operated as a post-secondary education center, providing vocational training for its students. During the 1980s, the institution was reorganized as a college, and I am really happy to announce that the institution got the reorganization of a university in May 2020. Yukon University constantly seeks to enhance the quality of the learning experience through international opportunity for its students and graduates. Yukon University, together with MSM, is happy to have you all here for an hour of ultimate knowledge-oriented session to help you boost your student recruitment practices. Yukon University works closely with a carefully selected and approved group of agent partners to achieve its goal of internationalization. Well, before we go to the exciting part, I would like to tell you that if you're having any question related to Yukon University during the presentation, please do not hesitate to drop it in Q&A section in your control panel. And if you are having any question related to technical issues, then you can definitely drop it in chat section. I know everyone is curious and interested to learn more about Yukon University, its program offering, its state-of-art facilities on campus, and of course, its welcoming local community. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce Mrs. Yoshi, Manager International at Yukon University. Yoshi, over to you.
Thank you, Karishma. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Yoshi Kumagai. I'm the Manager of International Education at the Yukon University. As some of you know, we were formerly called Yukon College. So, but as of May 2020, we finally became the Yukon University officially. So on this screen, you have our new logo. First of all, I don't know if any of you know this flower. This flower is called crocus. Crocus is the flower that we see, the first flower we see in the spring. Very small, but very, very strong. They started growing under the snow, and as soon as when you see the heat, they come out, and to let us know that spring is finally here. Because here in the Yukon, we have a long cold winter. So the university decided that this crocus to be a symbol to be our logo. So this is our new logo. So if you haven't seen it, I'm very pleased and proud to show you our logo to you for the first time. So yeah, as you see, this is a view from my window, and it's 10 p.m. in the Yukon, but still light. Yukon has a long daylight in the summer. Sun doesn't set until 12 midnight usually. And today we had the hottest day in this summer so far. but still it's 29 degree, and this was the hottest day. So everybody was complaining how hot it is. I have been to India a few times, and first visit I went to India. The temperature was plus 44 in April, and I was like, I barely survived. So I can't imagine the temperature right now, but yeah, today we had a nice hot day here in the Yukon. So we are going through such a difficult and challenging time here around the world with COVID-19. And then first of all, I just wish that you and your family are all staying safe in India. I think of my friends in India quite often, and wishing everybody is okay. And in the Yukon, so far, COVID-19 has been well handled. We had first case in March after spring break, and we had 11 cases, and everybody recovered. Nobody was hospitalized, and after that, over 2 months, we had no cases at all. We just found that there were a few cases that somebody traveled to other provinces in Canada, and they had positive cases outside of the Yukon, so they haven't been back here. And so, now in the summer, people are traveling, they'll be coming back, so we may have a few more cases coming, but Yukon has been relatively handling well here with COVID. It's not very populated, not like India. We have only 37,000 people. So social distancing, having 2 meters of a space in between people is not too hard to do here, to be honest. So I think maybe that's part of the reason that we are managing well with this in this pandemic time. But again, I hope you're all staying well and healthy. So I'd like to start my slides here. It's not moving. Here. I know some of you have already working with us, sending students to Yukon University, and I'm always very, very thankful to our agents who send us students to the Yukon University. But in case you're new, I'd just like to introduce you where we are to start. So Yukon University is located in the north in Canada. So to access to the Yukon, you can fly into Vancouver, and from Vancouver, it's 2 hours almost straight up north. It's by airplane, 2 hours by airplane. And of course, you can also come in from Toronto to Vancouver, Vancouver to Whitehorse. We also have a flight through Calgary or Edmonton as well. Again, due to COVID, the travel is not happening easily, but but generally, people usually fly to the Yukon through Vancouver. And so Whitehorse is the capital city of the Yukon Territory, and the Yukon Territory in the west side of us is Alaska, United States, and also in the east we have the Northwest Territories as well. So as I mentioned that we are located in Whitehorse, it's the capital city, and we have about 11 community campuses throughout the Yukon. Average number of students in credit programming is about 1,300, and average number of students is 130 per semester. Over 130 students, international students, about 70% of international students are from India. It is incredible for us to have that many students from India, and it's all because of you. You're recruiting for us and sending us students, making sure they receive a study permit, and we do appreciate your hard work so much, so thank you. So why do you choose Yukon University? One of the reasons students choose here is because of the affordable tuition fee and the living costs. So we changed our tuition fee. We had a flat rate, but about 2 years ago we changed it to per credit. It's now it's $400 per credit. So to be honest, we are not the lowest. So if students take 15 full credits a semester, it's a $6,000 a semester. So we are not the lowest among all other Canadian institutions, but we are not high end either. So, and we also, the Yukon student, nobody here, we don't have a PST, so our tax is 5%, only GST. And compared to other cities, I do say, well, to start, it's a small city, so less place to spend a lot of money. But also, yeah, it's a relatively lower living cost compared to bigger cities. Small class sizes, it's 15 to 14 students per class. It's I say it's safe, very safe and friendly environment. I also moved to the Yukon from Japan over 20 years ago. And I just found that the Yukon people are very open to the culture, very welcoming, and lots of great opportunity if you're very keen to start something here. So I can guarantee this for sure. I myself experienced it as an immigrant. So and Yukon nominee opportunity available upon graduation, and this is I think one of the reasons attracting more students from India to the Yukon. Yukon nominee program is very active. And again, with COVID, it's hard right now. But when I spoke with the Yukon government last time, they're still very keen to continue with the program, and they really value Yukon University graduates to be valuable residents in the future in the Yukon community. And we also have many outdoor opportunities and rich First Nations culture. And I also like to add that Yukon has lots of great opportunities for a job even as a student. One time we asked students to see, because many students from India, when they arrive to Canada, they're really, really eager that they have to find a part-time job. They're very nervous until they don't feel secure until they find a part-time job. So one time, about 3 weeks after this group of new international students arrived in Yukon, we did ask to say, hey, how many of you have found a job? It was after 3 weeks after starting the semester in the fall, and everybody raised their hands. So it was 100%, like all Indian students from India had found a part-time job in the first 3 weeks in the Yukon. We have, it's a smaller city, but we have enough stores, like grocery stores, retails, restaurants. There's a good job opportunities. And they really enjoy having students, international students from Yukon University working for them. And smaller community, you get word of mouth is very important. So if somebody, good worker say, hey, my friend is looking for a job, do you think you can hire him or her? It usually works really well. Okay, yeah, no, we know you. If you recommend, she or he must be a good worker. So this type of word of mouth really works here in the Yukon. Of course, we can never guarantee that everybody find a job and that, but so far, it sounds like the students from India seems be happy with the job opportunities in Yukon. So we have 6 schools, School of Business and Leadership, School of Health, Education, Human Resources, School of Liberal Arts, School of Science, School of Academic and Skill Development, School of Trades, Technology, and Mining. So School of Business and Leadership, I just gonna pick a few more popular programs for students from India, but they offer business administration. So now because since we have a university, we also have a bachelor's degree options. So we have a BBA. This is granted from Yukon University. It's a new program, but then most of the students from India seems to be interested in the diploma, but we also now have a bachelor's degree options here. We have a few students from India apply for multimedia, but this is the only certificate. So seems like the students arrive and then sometimes they switch from the diploma program to multimedia, but this is also a pretty popular program for international students. One thing I should mention is this is normally starts in September. They do take new students from January, but if they start from January, it would take for sure the 3 semesters to graduate. So the students need to be careful when to start this program. School of Health Education and Human Services. So another very popular program for Indian students is the Early Learning and Child Care program. This is a program to work at daycare after graduation. So there are many, the Yukon population is growing, and that also means that the number of daycares are also growing. So there's a lot of opportunities to work in the field of daycare. So, but one thing I really need to ask the students is, this program is very, very particular. They will get very particular training for very focused area to work with small children, young children. So students really need to know this is what they want to do in the future after graduating, to work in a daycare. So this is not something like a student, oh, I don't know what I want to do. Maybe I just choose this. It's not that. So we really wish that when you speak with students to choose program, please make sure that students are interested in the field and have an intention to work in the child care field in the future. Because otherwise, it's just students spend a lot of money, students spend a lot of time, and then trying to learn something they're not really interested it's not ideal. School of Liberal Arts, we have many options here, but the most popular programs are General Studies and Liberal Arts. So many students from India ended up changing the program to General Studies after they arrive. Why? Because General Studies is way more open with electives. So they found that, yeah, it's just something they can just take more randomly. They can take same courses as their friends. And so it seems like we had a lot of graduates from General Studies in the last couple of years for students from India. One thing though, I really like you to tell students is we normally do not let students change the program for 2 semesters after they arrive. So they come here for science program and suddenly they arrive and day 1, they come to my office, say, I want to change my program. And we normally don't let students do that. So just something for students to be aware. And then just, like when they're choosing program, I really wish the students think about what they want to study, what they want to do in the future. And General Studies is very open. And General Studies is originally, this is the program that for students going to the university in the future. They don't know what they want to study yet at the university, so they're just taking courses, and then so they can get into the 3rd-year university. So yeah, changing program is okay. It's a student's choice, but when they're applying for the program, the science to general studies is a big change. ELC's early learning child care to general studies is a big change. So when they are choosing program, if you can really talk with students, like what do they want to do with their credits? Like what do you want to do in the future? What are you interested? These kind of conversation would be very appreciated by us. The students will come with a bit more intention. So for example, I had the students who came to study aviation management from India. And this is another very focused program to become a pilot, commercial pilot. And he told me that, yeah, this is his childhood dream. He wants to become a pilot. He's not interested in anything else. He needs to study hard. He needs to work hard, but this is what he wants to do. And this is what he wants to do for his life. This type of intention and passion really helps them to get through some challenges in studies. So so that kind of conversation will really help when they're choosing the program. So, and then this school also offers liberal arts program, and the rest of the program are also all available for the students, for the international students as well. So School of Science, we have Northern Environmental and Conservation Sciences. This has a bachelor's degree option, and this bachelor's degree will be granted from University of Alberta. They can study at the Yukon University, but they will receive the bachelor's degree from University of Alberta. So this is a great opportunity. Many Canadian students take advantage of being in the Yukon, but still get the bachelor's degree from University of Alberta. We have a Northern Science, Renewable Resources Management, and also this is the new. If you have been working with the Yukon University, you may remember the program called Geological Technology. So now they changed the program to what's called Earth Science. So this is the new, and this is available in certificate and diploma. We also have a trades program. It's a diploma. It may be new to you, but it's a heavy equipment technician pre-apprenticeship. So this is in the future to find a job in the mining industry. So mining industry is one of the very important industry in the Yukon. We have many mines like gold, silver, copper. So then this is for students to work in the mining site. It's very physical, it's a trades program, but there should be a great job opportunities in the future. So English requirements, even though we become a university, for now, right now, we are staying the same. So we are asking IELTS 6.0, and in academic testing, no lower than 6.0 in each section. And summer trade program, other culinary arts office administration ask lower IELTS 5.0. During the COVID, we have we accepting Duolingo and also IELTS indicator. However, I recently attended the a seminar from Canadian High Commission, and they confirmed that Canadian High Commission does not recognize Duolingo, and so they are still asking for IELTS. So again, we accept for the letter, but we're not going to be recognized for these applications, especially for the SDS program. Cost to study, it's a non-refundable $100 application fee. Currently, due to COVID, for fall and the winter semester 2020, we are waiving. We are not charging application fee right now, just to help with your recruitment. Technology fee, it's $100 per semester. Student union fee is $50. Activity fee is $30 per semester. And academic career program is $400 per credit. And culinary arts and trades program has a little bit different set fee. And we have a health insurance. It's mandatory for students to join our group health insurance, and that's $565 per year. So annual cost estimate is, this is including everything, campus housing fee, tuitions, all the mandatory ancillary fee, deposit, meal is just estimate. Everything including, it's between 21,000 to 28,000. That's our estimate, work estimate for 1 year by taking two to three semesters. So it's 28,000 is by taking 3 semesters, including fall, winter, and spring semester. So if they take only fall and winter semester, it would be around more like $25,000 a year, including living cost. Anybody who came to the Yukon and the Yukon University campus, they're happy to see our facility. You know, coming from Delhi or Chandigarh or any big cities in India, they may think that just the member population is small, and they just imagine if Yukon is going to be such a small town and all that. It is, we're a smaller city, but we have a great facility. And we offer great services for students to stay healthy, to have a good student life here. So we have a very good Wi-Fi environment, computer labs, cafeteria, offers lunch, healthy lunch, bookstore, student lounge, gym, weight room, counseling services, campus housing, and homestay. Do I have the slides for housing? So I will just talk a little bit about campus housing. So campus housing is located on campus, and we have a single dorm room. It's in a picture like that. So everybody has a closet space, bed, and sink, and a small fridge at the back corner you see. And then we have a common kitchen to share and a common living room, a social room to share. We also have an apartment building. It's 2-bedroom to 3-bedroom apartment, and they have their own kitchen, living room space, and students are allowed to share that room. So it has been very popular by students from India as well. However, the problem is students from India do not apply for accommodation early enough. They do not apply when they apply for the program. So they often do not get a room because this is very popular option for Canadian students as well. So when I first went to visit India, on the second time, I always asked to some of you, please tell your students to apply for accommodation ahead of time. We had several cases that Indian students arrived to the White Horse expecting that we have a room for them at the housing. No, we don't. They just knock the door at the campus housing, say, I just arrived, I need a room. I'm sorry, we don't have a room for you. And housing is one of the big challenge for students. You know, some Indian students from India, they find their friend, a new friend, through Facebook or any other social media site that the agent recommend, or they knew from some of the family members, and they arrange to move into the private apartment that this group of people already living. But there are students who arrive without any contact. And for those students, really will have a hard time finding a room, because they have no reference in town, because the rental market is very tight here, very competitive. So often landlord asks for reference. So for international students just flew in from other countries, they do not have a reference from Canada. So they don't necessarily get picked. And when they first arrive, they don't have a job often, so then landlords sometimes are hesitant to rent to the students. So thinking about all of that, if students is very serious about coming to the Yukon when COVID is over, they should apply for housing if that's what they want to do, or have to start finding a job or connections early enough. Otherwise, they will have a really hard time. And we have a hard time when the students show up at the airport and there's no place to stay. It's very hard for us to deal with. So I really need your help on this part. This is about the Yukon territory and the White Horse. Our capital city is White Horse. Population is about 38,000, and Whitehorse has about 30,000 of it. Employment rate, I could find only 2016 data, but it's about 72%. Unemployment rate is about 5%. Yukon has a very strong tourism and services. Again, with COVID, tourism is suffering right now, but generally, that's that strong industry. So tourism and services, and IT, mining exploration, energy, and film and sound. These are the major industry in Yukon. Environment, spring is April to May, -5 to 14 degree. Summer is 5 to 21. It's average. Again, today we had a 29-degree weather, and we're all super happy the summer. Fall is about 2 to 13 degrees, and winter is October to March. It's 5 degrees to about -21 degree. It can be reached to -30 to -40 over the winter. I say average, we have about 2 weeks of -30, -40. 2 to 3 weeks, I say, over 4-5 months of winter. Students are scared. Yeah, like opposite. When after going to India for the first time in April, I was scared to go back in April. And in May, I said to M Square staff, I just cannot go again in April. It's just too hot. So same thing. I understand the students to be scared to come to the Yukon in the winter. But you know, they're young people. They really adapt. And I often have to tell students from India, dress warm, because students from India, even -20 degree, they don't dress warm. They don't wear hat. They just don't. And I tell them, Havinder, you have to wear a hat. But they're like, oh, Yoshi, don't worry, I'm okay. So they're always very fashionable. But so they adapt really well, and they've been surviving really well. Your students has been surviving really well. So, and then again, like we have a lot of great activity opportunity, probably something that the students have never done it before. And I always encourage students to try something new. Last 2 years, I have been doing it, part of the international orientation. I took students new international students to hiking in a mountain. And some students, they just never done it before. They never done hiking into the mountain, and they just love it. They love it. And then so I just, I really enjoy seeing students trying something new and be open-minded and enjoying the life. That's very nice. And because we have we have a long, cold winter, we have a beautiful facility in the city. It's called Canada Game Center. Right now, due to COVID, access are very, very limited. No swimming pool is open, but I hope this pandemic will be over sooner than later. So this Canada Game Center offer a beautiful swimming pool and also ice hockey rinks, basketball, place, indoor soccer games. I know that once a week, there's a group of people who's doing the cricket. They have a league going, I think, and also a gym, and then ice skating. It's just a beautiful place. I see a lot of students from India. When I go to use this facility, I see them hanging out. And again, it's very, very important to stay healthy and be active. So this is just one testimonial from a student who graduated from the Yukon University. He graduated from the business administration, and he's still living in the Yukon. He graduated in May 2019, and he's postgraduate work permit, and he's working in the city. And he found a job while he was a student, and he worked hard, studied hard, and worked hard. So they wanted to keep him. So he's still working for the same company and hoping to immigrate to Canada in the future. And this is a student from Philippines, but she just talks a little bit about her experience being graduate from Yukon University. She also graduated from business administration. I'm just going to play this video for you.
Hi, I'm Ivy Jimenez Palayo, and I'm from Cebu City, Philippines. I came here at the Yukon and took my business education program way back January of 2015 to April of 2018. And I have to tell you that I love the educational adventure I have here at the college. The facilities are so good. I have great professors, and the people here are very accommodating, very professional, and they are just very supportive. Right now, I am helping the family business. We have like daycare facilities, and we're about to open another one. And so my help is really needed, and my education at the college is really a big help. And I am also living my Canadian dream. I am waiting for the permanent residency and soon to have it. So come and visit and experience it for yourself.
Yeah, she's very now they have three daycares. She's running a business and the three daycares in town. Very successful business. So yeah, she's one of our graduated international students. Okay. So this is the end of our presentation. It's hard to see, but about 4 or 5 students in this picture, beautiful picture, are from India. This is was the orientation hike for business administration program, and they're super happy, as you see, and excited about their new about the new program. So this was the last year in end of August, and they all went hiking for the business administration program. So this is the end of my presentation, and thank you for listening. And here's Karishma.
Thank you, Yoshi, for such a wonderful presentation. And now it's the time to take questions from our audience. And I'll request everyone, if you're having any question, please don't hesitate to drop in Q&A section. So, Yoshi, coming to our first question, it's about what opportunities are available for students outside the campus. And I believe this question is related to the job opportunities available for the students in Yukon.
Yeah, so I think I mentioned that thanks for the question. I think I mentioned that at the presentation, but they usually find a job at the grocery stores. We have how many? We have well, 3 major grocery stores. They're big stores. So I often see my students from India working there. When I walk into the store, I don't even have to go look for something. They all come to me and say, Miss Yoshi, what are you looking for? And they just take me to find it. So many of them work there. We have a store called Staples. They sell office supplies, and I see like a lot of students working there as well, and also graduates. It seems like they keep some of the employees they hired from school time after they graduate. We also have Walmart. I see some students working for Walmart. There's restaurants, like fast food restaurants. We have McDonald's, Tim Hortons, Boston Pizza. Those places I see my students as well, and our students as well. Yeah, so that type of places that students find a job. And some hotels, bed making, and then some students work in the restaurant and hotels. They seem to like hiring international students as well.
Right. And usually, is it possible or easy for them to get jobs or be on jobs during winters at Yukon?
Winter?
Yes.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, our life doesn't stop in the winter at all. These are the businesses. So if you work for the tourism industry, like say if you're guiding or being a driver for the big bus or van, then yeah, these are seasonal workers. But grocery stores open year round, and the Staples restaurants, they all open year round. So no, and during the COVID time, these stores are considered the essential workers. So actually, some of the students increased the work hours. They are very afraid first that they thought they're going to lose a job. So we had a lot of worrying students, but in the end, they had probably, I did not hear many students losing job over the COVID. And some of students, they even had more hours they could work because, because people are ordering food and people needed to hire somebody to work in a section and stuff. So yeah, no, those are the industry for students. Yeah. And don't worry about losing winter job because it's winter.
Right. Thank you, Yoshi. And Yoshi, is there any kind of scholarship available for international students or any other financial assistance program?
Yeah, so we don't have a scholarship for international students. We have only International Student Award. This is only $500 award once a year to the students, selected students. Usually we select only 2 students, and students usually have a GPA 3.5 and above. So that's only opportunity. We have a, what do they call it? I'm sorry, it's a emergency fund. If, say, for example, we had one Indian student who broke his legs and he could not work anymore and he was in trouble for that. So then he applied for the, I'm sorry, I can't remember exactly name, but there's emergency fund to help students like that. But generally, no, we don't. We are in discussions to come up with scholarship for international, and hopefully will happen sometime, but not right now.
Right. Thank you, Yoshi. And Yoshi, coming to our next question, because it's a COVID time, and are we providing any kind of application fee waiver to our students, or just for as a financial assistance?
Yeah, I think I also mentioned this during my presentation, but yeah, currently we are. For fall 2020 and winter 2021, we are currently waiving the application fee. We haven't decided about the spring semester yet. We will start accepting the spring application starting on August 10th. And unfortunately, our current registrar is just leaving, so I haven't been able to get the permission to waive the application fee for spring semester yet. But I will let M Square know if we do.
Right. Thank you, Yoshi. And of course, all the agents, if you are having any applications, we are open for January 21 intake, and for onshore students, we are also open for September 20 intake. Right, Yoshi? If the program is available, if the seats are available, condition apply. So you can put forward the applications and take the advantage of this application fee waiver. So, and Yoshi, coming to our next question, it's about the PR opportunities for international students from this province.
Yeah, so as I also mentioned in the presentation, yeah, so Yukon nominee program is very active. So I just cannot tell you how much COVID will have impact in the program in the next a year or two. But again, when I spoke with Yukon government last time, this was before COVID-19, but they were very keen to they very value international students as the eligible, valuable workers in the future in the Yukon, in the Whitehorse in the Yukon. So, and then many businesses I mentioned, like grocery stores, some restaurants, service industries, they are the one who supports Yukon nominee program. So I do know that we started receiving students from India more in 2018, and these students now graduated. And I see them, most of them stayed in the Yukon after they graduate, and I see them working. And I'm getting requests for the letter from government because they are getting considered for Yukon nominee program. So there's opportunity for sure. But I tell students, to have this type of opportunity, they need to study hard. They need to do well in school, and they also, they can work hard, but they also need to study hard. And then some students really, really, really focus on more work than study, and then they take long time to graduate because they don't put as much efforts to study, and it just costs them more, and it takes more time to graduate. So I always have to remind them that they have to focus. That's their priority, and yeah. But yes, I do say there is opportunity.
Thank you, Yoshi. Yoshi, you know that now IRCC have introduced a two-stage approval process. So just imagine that student get the approval in the first stage and he starts the program on online program at Yukon University, and unfortunately he get the refusal in the second stage. So in that scenario, what would be the refund policy?
Yeah, so I just update the our clear refund policy during the COVID on the website, and but so what we're going to do is if students have already started the online program, online courses, and then say for example if they start the online courses in September and paid $4,200, $4,800 for tuition fee, and in November they received the rejection. And at that point, students can withdraw, of course, but we cannot refund $4,800. But we will refund the rest of tuition deposit. So, for example, most of students for SDS, they pay $12,000 tuition deposit. So because $4,800 is already used, paid to cover the tuition. So that portion is not going to be refunded, but we will refund the rest. Some students use the tuition deposit to pay. We don't generally let them do, but some students really ask because they don't have extra money or whatever the reason. So they sometimes pay the insurance from the tuition deposit, and they pay technology fee from deposit. So if they used any of these fees from the tuition deposit, those will be deducted as well. But whatever left in account will be refunded if they have to leave in the middle of the semester. And we will need to charge $300 service fee because the bank will be processing, but the rest will be refunded to the students.
Thank you, Yoshi. Yoshi, coming to our next question, what is the minimum fees need to pay for letter of acceptance?
Minimum fee. So you mean tuition deposit?
Yes.
Yeah, so tuition deposit is that if they apply under SDS, it's 12,000. They ask for 1 year tuition fee, so it's 12,000. But that's if they apply for fall and winter semester. So if they apply to come in a spring semester, then one more semester is added. So it's a 14,400 is the deposit. If they're not applying through SDS, which is not the case for India, but if they're not applying under SDS, then it's 6,000 deposit.
Thank you, Yoshi. Yoshi, coming to our next question, it is again related to that nominee program. Is there any experience required to apply for Yukon nominee program?
Why?
Is there any experience required to apply for Yukon nominee program?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not from Yukon government, so I'm not going to be able to talk about the Yukon nominee program. But there is a website. If you search Yukon provincial nominee, and there's an email access. So if you have any question about Yukon nominee program, because I do not have enough information, I do not have updated information, and I do not want to speak on behalf of the Yukon government. So if you can just, if you like to know about the Yukon nominee program, please go to the website, the Yukon government website, and under Yukon nominee, and then ask questions directly to the government, please.
Yeah, Yoshi, I believe that would be perfect thing to ask from the either get some information from the website. That would be the updated and the correct information. Yeah, Yoshi, now moving to the next question. Can a graduate student apply for certificates program at Yukon University?
Sorry, can you say it again?
Can a graduate student, a student who is already having a bachelor's degree, can apply for a certificate program at Yukon University?
Yeah. Yeah, like bachelor's degree from India.
Yes, if the student is having a bachelor degree from India, can
Yeah,
he apply for a certificate program?
yeah, they can. They can.
And how beneficial a certificate program can be, for a student?
How beneficial certificate program is?
Yes. Like usually, students here is having, a myth that if they apply for a certificate program, they might not be getting a postgraduate work permit, or they might not be getting
Uh,
approval. Such is
yeah,
a scenario.
right. So it's, I be completely honest. Like so, like, most of the students from India, they come for degree program originally, and when they arrive here, some of them, not everybody, but some of them switch to certificate because they just want to graduate earlier, or they found the employer tell them that they will support the nominee program without the diploma, so they just only need the certificate.
Okay.
But I always tell students, are you sure? Like, are you absolutely sure? Are you okay to do this? Because as you know, postgraduate work permits, you get only 1 year if they do the certificate, and they will get 2 to 3 years if they do diploma. Yeah, so some students say, yes, Yoshi, I'm okay. Like, my employee told me I'm like, they will support me. So some students totally do it. But other students, they just want to stay in diploma because they want to have a longer work permit. So I leave it up to students. I warn them, I tell them what they're doing, but they totally make their personal choice.
Right. Thank you, Yoshi. And the Yoshi next question is about the requirements. Then how much gap can we accept at Yukon University? Education gap.
Yeah, we don't really have an issue with the education gap. I know that I get the question from India often, but no, as long as they have a proper IELTS score and also can submit their high school graduate, the transcript from high school, and if they're, have a great record, a good record, we can accept these students.
Right. Thank you, Yoshi. And Yoshi, again, I'm asking you the question. You might have covered this during the presentation, but are we going to accept Duolingo for for January 21 and for later intakes as well?
Yeah, we are. We do accept the Duolingo. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking in my head. I couldn't remember what did we say about the score because it's very new to us, but just a second. So for Duolingo, we accept 105, the score 105, and we also accept IELTS indicator as well. But again, I just will warn you that Canadian High Commission told us that they don't recognize Duolingo for SDS and for the visa application. So that's something for students to keep in mind. Is IELTS center still closed in India?
Yes, Yoshi. Very few IELTS centers are operational, so the frequency of the exam is not that much good. But yes, it's but the students are able to book their examinations in few IELTS centers, not everywhere. That depends upon region to region, to be very honest.
Right, right.
And so one question is about the PT. Are we accepting PT,
What's the PT?
Pearson testing exam?
No, we don't. No.
Right.
Only
So right now,
IELTS, only IELTS, IBT, TOEFL, Duolingo, and IELTS indicator.
right. The next question about the eligibility is about the minimum percentage required to apply at Yukon University.
Sorry, can you say it again, the first part?
Minimum percentage required to apply at Yukon University?
For
Percentage in 12th grade.
percentage in what?
In 12th grade, like in the previous examination, the minimum percentage required.
Yeah, so only the part we need for that is math requirements for business administration or science program, and I believe it's 50%, is it?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
50%. And just I would ask Yoshi, if the student is having below 50% and really interested to apply at business programs, do we have any option for those students?
Yeah. So what they can do is that they can take a upgrading course. It's called, I hope they are at least in math or 50 level. So then they can do a 1 semester of math. Or they can also challenge your test. Unfortunately, I'm just working so hard to get online math test, but we do not have a way to test math level online. So if they don't have math, they will need to take an upgrading course right now. But in the future, usually non-COVID time, students usually arrive and take a level test. And if they meet our requirements, they can go into the program without a condition. They can clear the condition. However, what I've seen is say, if 10 students from India take the test, math level test, I've seen only 1 or 2 got qualified. If they haven't done a grade 11, 12 math, it's very hard to pass the test. They just never learned that algebra and stuff, so they often need to take the upgrading course. And sometimes that's the reason the students want to change the program from business to liberal arts or general studies, because they don't want to do extra math course, and that seems like that kind of a reason they want to try to change the program.
Right. And Yoshi, coming to our next question, are we providing any conditional offer letters to the students?
Yeah, we always offer conditional letter of acceptance. However, from India, currently we accept only SDS students. So English cannot be the condition, but math for sure. We do accept students with condition, no problem.
Right. Thank you, Yoshi. Yoshi, the next question is, are all the program at Yukon University eligible for postgraduate work permit?
If they're 8 months or longer, so some of the trades program is 20 weeks. That's why I don't include it in the list, but those are not eligible. But I would say, let me think, not the ESL, of course, English as a second language is not eligible, but all of our academic and career program, except trades program, are eligible for postgraduate work permit.
So it's being the public institution, as per the laws, all the programs of duration of 1 year and above is eligible for postgraduate work permit. Depending upon the duration of the program, the duration of the postgraduate work permit will differ. I believe it's for 1 year program, it will be 1 year postgraduate work permit. And for the 2 year and above, it will be 3 years of work permit.
2 to 3 years.
Yes. Right. So Yoshi, I believe that we are able to answer most of the question, but yes, I'm still receiving few questions from the agents. So we are having their email addresses. Also, I would like to announce the email address of our India team, that is global1@yukonu.ca. This is the email addresses of our admission person in India. If you're having any query, you can definitely drop a email on this particular email address, and we will be sending you the updates after our session. So Yoshi, before we wind up, would you like to say something to our attendees?
Yeah, thank you everybody for attending the session today. I hope you found the information you were looking for, and We are so lucky to have Mambi and Karishma in India to help us with all the inquiries for the Yukon University. So if you have any questions, please send to them, and we will provide you answer. And I just want to say that due to COVID-19 right now, with all these changes happening, our admissions process has been a little bit delayed. And so if your students have not received the letter for the last 2 weeks, I'm so sorry, but we are working hard to keep up with what's happening and make sure all the information required from Canadian High Commissions are included in the letter. So please be patient, but we will try to get your students a letter as soon as possible. And as I mentioned earlier, we appreciate so much of your hard work. It has been so pleasure working with you and having students from India on our campus. And we are very we appreciate, if any students who wants to come all the way to the Yukon from India to study. And we hope that COVID-19 pandemic will be over sooner than later, so we can meet as students in person again. This week I've been offering a program information session online, and I met some of your students who applied to come to the Yukon this fall. And it was so nice to see them, but it was online. It's a very different feeling than meeting in person on campus. But our course is going to be run online this fall. We don't have a plan yet for winter yet. I think it may get announced sooner than later what we're planning to do in the winter semester in terms of how we offer the courses. But I hope we'll all survive together in this difficult time. And please stay safe. And for you and your family. Look forward to meeting you, traveling to India again one day, and meeting you in person as well.
Wonderful. Thank you all valued agents and friends who participated in this exclusive MSM and Yukon University Agent E-Summit. We really appreciate you being here. We hope the session was helpful and informative enough for everyone. Until the next one, please take care, stay safe, and stay healthy. Thank you.